guess nice guys don't always finish last. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we are going to be talking about The Nice Guys. This is a film which I have been looking forward to for quite some time, ever since I saw the first trailer. It seemed like a very interesting film set in the 1970s and deals with two very different individuals as they're trying to solve this case. We have Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. Russell Crowe is this guy who's basically a muscle for hire. If someone has an issue with someone, they'll hire Russell Crowe. He'll go to that person, beat them up a little bit, and deliver the message that that person doesn't want to deal with them anymore. Ryan Gosling, he's a private detective. He isn't a very successful one, but he does what he has to. He has his family background that is revealed more throughout the movie, and he has a young daughter who's actually some of the best parts of this movie. Eventually they have to team up together to solve this case, and we have our film. And I really like the introduction that we had to these characters, because they could have just set it up very quickly within the first 5 minutes. Oh hey, they meet, they have to team up, everything like that. No, we see them in their own private worlds before they actually come together for the first time. I think it's like 15-20 minutes into the actual movie before they actually make contact with each other. And I liked seeing that because it showed that these two characters don't have to rely on one another in order to work well. And they're fun to watch just on their own. The chemistry between the two of them actually works very, very well. This is not a duo which I ever thought I would see on screen, Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. It's just not something I ever expected to see. And it actually works quite nicely because we have Ryan Gosling as kind of the bumbling idiot who just happens to find things which will help lead to the next clue of the investigation. We have Russell Crowe, who's again the muscle and the brains behind the operation and just trying to keep everything together as best he can. And I like the contrast between them because it worked quite nicely. They need each other to solve this case, and they don't really have a falling out to a great extent, which I appreciated. It can get a little bit slow towards the middle of the film, however, because it has a very good build-up. It has really good action, suspense, all that great humor that we expected for this movie in the trailer, and then it just kind of slows down for about 15 minutes in the middle, and that never really quite builds up that speed again that it had, and I felt like it kind of disappointed in its third act a little bit. There's also not really a strong central villain. We see the main villain for maybe 5 minutes throughout the course of the film, but it's really just a bunch of these hitmen which kind of show up and have to get taken down by Crowe and Gosling, which is kind of disappointing because we never get to see just this main core villain taking center stage against these two guys who are trying to solve this case. I would have liked to see a little bit more of something of a villain, and it might have helped the film kind of work a little bit better. But the film is quite funny. There are a lot of lines of dialogue which work very, very well. There's a lot of physical humor which works really nicely. The trailer does show a lot, but doesn't show everything. I think there are a lot of moments in this movie which just worked very, very well on their own. I think I was in a theater where nobody had seen the trailer, or at least saw maybe one a couple months ago. So there are just scenes which I knew were coming, and so when they saw it, I didn't laugh that much at them because I was expecting them, but the theater was just bursting out loud, so I'm like, alright. The action also works quite nicely in this movie. It's a lot of running gun type of things, but it works well for what it has to do, and it looked very realistic, and it was fun to see on screen. So guys, those are my thoughts on The Nice Guys. It's a very fun, good movie set in the 70s, and I thought I captured the time period very, very nicely. Was it the most enjoyable thing that I was expecting it to be? Not quite. It didn't quite live up to my expectations, but it was still a very fun ride, and I highly recommend going to see it. Guys, those are my thoughts on The Nice Guys. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, fair, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. And as always, ring people, my name is Nick Pell. And once again, keep on watching.